something like that. So bear with us for a moment as we spin things up. And Riz is here, intern John is here, and we will get this show on the road. Oh, it already is on the road. Okay, with that, let's listen, sing along if you know the words. Here comes the intro.
We're kidding. No,
Here come
the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show 945 Tuesdays. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling, no matter what state I happen to be in. Right now, I'm in Ann Arbor, Michigan, once again. And if you're with us on the live, it's really weird right now because we're going through something called Riverside.fm, so I can not have to set up quite as much as I usually do. And also, I played the old version of the intro, and Missy's just walking around in the background and stuff. But I do have with me back in the Pittsburgh area is the Riz.
It's me. Hi. This is weird.
Hi, Riz.
Weird. I don't have all. I don't have all my things. I can't. Like,
what do you need? What's different? I mean, it's just we're in this window here.
You know what I need, Sorg.
Should I start singing at this point?
No.
Well, anyways, either way, as long as we get together, we don't have all the bells and whistles and everything for the live stream or anything like that. We get together. We get together. Riz, here, touch. You gotta do the touch tips. There you go.
It's weird.
Nope, there it is. It's all in the middle. It's all in the middle. As long as we get together and talk wrestling with you guys out there in the chat room, in the chat realm for Mayhem. We did actually do Patreon before this because we forgot. Then we accidentally streamed it to the awesome cast for the Wrestling Mayhem Show. So I need to go delete that stuff before somebody finds it. That might not be happy about it. But hey, whatever. We all learn. But it's not a mistake. It's a teaching experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm going to try to pull up the chat room here. But Riz, I did attempt to watch some professionalized wrestling throughout the week, and I'm trying to catch up with a lot of stuff actually. So I learned a lot of things about how you can watch wrestling and what the current limitations are with the current landscape of professional wrestling watching and streaming. For instance, yes, if you have a VPN, you can download NXT and SmackDown from the Canadians and watch it on a plane as long as you don't turn your Wi-Fi on, right? Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can. You do not have an option for AEW downloads on Max for their replays. Yes, you can download most WWE content after live, but only after a certain time when they allow you, usually a couple of days. So if you're a belated watcher, you're doing pretty good if you're traveling. No, I haven't watched TNA for the last week or two that I'm paid for. Things like that. No, I have not watched last week's New Japan show where somebody apparently is a new world champion. Allegedly. Yes, I did watch Vengeance Day last night, but I did not watch Raw. And yes, it is frustrating when you do have Netflix on your hotel TV and all you want to watch is the stuff that you can't get a VPN on for. So these are my frustrations. But this is, learning that new landscape. And honestly, I think it's still relatively a little better in the long run when it comes to this. Riz,
they're doing
being some. Go ahead.
I have a feeling like back a couple years ago when we were starting to see other the independents do this, where they have, and I hate to, because I kind of feel like they've fallen off a lot when they had high spots and IWTV and stuff like that. They were smaller venues back then, but sure. I feel like that model now is what's driving the force of WWE, maybe WWE, definitely ROH, AEW, like to make that switch to a streaming service like a Netflix or a Max or was it Triller? No, just Triller still a thing.
Yeah, Triller is definitely still a thing.
Triller still a thing. But
It's
like you
usually what
have
I
you
watch my
have
pay-per-views on.
yeah, you have like the Honor Club. You have all that, but it's like I think you saw more and more companies doing that, like a GCW and WWE tried that with the network, and had years of success, but didn't do it on this level though.
Well, say I caution your framing of that because I think WWE Network was the pioneer in this and was utterly successful.
100%. Yeah.
And it became a showpiece for them to get like $5 billion or whatever it was to get on Peacock, to which they're like, hey, because this is something that even on our level of things we battle with is like, is it makes more sense to build the platform and be the provider or to just license the content to somebody else? You know what I mean? And you're seeing that across the board. This is turning into an awesome cast now.
No, it's fine.
For instance, WB Discovery, Warner Bros. Discovery, whatever it is they make stuff that's not on Max that they can license. Is it better them to get some guaranteed money out of licensing versus putting on Max and that whatever that equation is? So for WWE now, they have built their stuff up because, frankly, for $9.99 a month, everybody got to see WrestleMania and got to say this many people saw WrestleMania. Now you put it on Peacock, that many more people saw WrestleMania and all the rest of the content, and now it's sought after content to the point where Netflix has their crazy deal globally with them. A&E is a big content generator for A&E right now. That's crazy, right? To me. It's a building thing. It's a momentum building kind of thing to get more people accessibility at a lower cost than the $60 a month we were paying for the pay-per-views. And now the ad revenue on top of what you're pulling in from, they got Snickers money and they got Peacock money. You know what I mean? Or Netflix money, whatever the case may be. Like that's crazy right now what they're doing.
I still go by like the first show on Raw, first Raw show. They had a giant Fortnite logo right on the center of that screen. So Epic Games is into it. Epic Games is paying their money dues for it.
It's right in the demo. They got the beer commercials. They got everything else. They don't have to worry about anything. Probably don't have to worry about certain limitations on this. We're not getting into the beer commercial.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say they got a beer commercial.
But that like they had what was a whiskey or something that's on Cody Rhodes for Boston, things like that, right? Yeah. That's huge for them. That's something that wrestling executives been Eric Bischoff said he was trying to get those back in the 90s and couldn't land those kinds of deals, right? That's huge.
I'm surprised people like ECW or in some sense WCW didn't have a beer sponsor.
It's wild. I don't know what the disconnect is there with that. Maybe they weren't big enough to put the money in, or it still wasn't seen as mainstream as it is now.
Well, because I know, like, again, this goes back to the marketing angle, where and we're going into marketing and not actually talking about wrestling.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But like with WWE back then, it was still, even though it was the Attitude Era and all that stuff, there were still toys dedicated to kids. There were still video games dedicated to kids. There was still these licensings that still had kids it still had a kid forward product. Kid forward product. Even though there was a lot of things that scared me as a child.
Choppy pee pee.
Yep.
Oh, did we just do that?
Yep, we did.
Wow.
I think every time we talk about Raw, I bring it up, and it's a memory that like did scar me.
I said it and watched your lips do it at the same time. That was wild. So, anyways,
We touched Sorg.
yes. So either way, so no, but still, I'm more kind of interested, like functionally, how am I watching these things, right? Is it hard for me to watch in a hotel room? Man, maybe I should have brought my iPad, for instance, things like that. Just like figuring out how do I do a show in 2025 in a hotel room, right? Hey, it's a lot easier, right? Awesome cast. We talk about that hit tonight. If you want to go check that out, episode 721, I believe that is. So, anywho, so we did have a lot this week. And Raw, you caught up on. I've been kind of trying to catch up on last week or two because there's been a lot of travel, a lot of things going on, a lot of events. So I was like, still watching NXT on the plane on Wednesday, and stuff like that, right? From like maybe the week before, actually. So caught up with that one. NXT is worth watching, by the way, guys. There's still some people in there, like, I don't know the hell these people are, but like Ricky Stark showed up last week. They're going to have him, I guess, debut this week.
I heard that NXT had a new face.
That's right. Yeah, intern John in here as well.
Maybe he's not Ricky Stark, so maybe he's just.
Yeah, they didn't say his name, did they?
Ricky. Maybe
like Ricky exclamation, for instance.
Did they have his profile in here yet? They should have his profile.
No, I don't think they do, because they talked about him joining. It sounded like they were going to do a signing or something for him, right? Or something like that. But either way, so they're building this kind of thing, and you have everybody popping up. You have the TNA stuff. Santino and his daughter just showed up this on the pay-per-view on Saturday.
I think the best part about that was, isn't she marrying Channing? The
Channing Decker?
Or Stacks, whatever his name is.
Oh, okay. No, like for real? Like legit?
Yeah. For real. For legit. Because they did that whole spot where Santino was mispronouncing names and all that stuff. And like he brought up Stacks, and he goes, "This guy has 3 names," and then it pans over to his daughter, Miss NXT. I forgot what her name is, but
yeah, I don't know.
She had this look on her face like, get this camera off of me. So I think they're actually married, fiance, engaged, I guess is a better word for it.
And I'm not, she's one of those ones that pops up and is like, I do not know the backstory.
No.
Like, I do not how we got here. I've not been watching TNA, and then she'll pop up on like commentary on TNA Impact, and it's like, okay. From the chat room right now, the first hour of NXT has been 3 out of 4 women's segments.
Cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and they are, Ariana Grace, Tino's daughter.
Ariana Grace.
Also on the alcohol side, TV executives back then weren't as open-minded, she's saying. So, no, absolutely, that could be a part of it. So, either way, yeah.
So I'll ask you this, because we kind of need to talk about wrestling, and that I actually wanted to talk about this. Who has the better women's wrestling roster, you think? Not like it. And I'm asking because I don't know. Because I love Toni Storm. I love Harley.
You got Mercedes, Harley, man.
Like, if you look at NXT,
tell you.
Like I was gonna say, if you look at NXT though, like the names on that list, like, and again, we kind of talked about it on the Patreon, kind of, sort of, not really, but like, if you look at like who they brought in so far, like the Jordan Graces, the Julia,
Stephanie
McCour. You get that mingling of,
and then we just drop in Bailey.
Yeah, and you get Bailey, and you have like people like Jada Parker, who I had no idea who existed a year ago, but now is like
Sol Ruka
with her
Viking
flippy
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they are. What I think what you have, like, if you want to talk roster, yes. If you want to talk about big time, I think AEW has more big time with the
Oh yeah.
things like the Tony Storm storyline, right? In comparison, if we're talking NXT versus AEW, which is not a fair
It's
comparison,
not a
but
fair
also like
comparison, but
you can
still,
definitely
it's
say, like, I feel like I can say NXT is, but also NXT is one show versus AEW is
yeah.
AEW. It's just saying, like, what is the women's like in all of WWE? You're grading on a curve, right? Because
Right.
you have to count all those
I'm not.
shows.
I'm not.
Uh,
And again, I'm not trying to compare.
no,
I was just asking, like, legitimately, because I'm just
Z-
sitting there going, "Oh, what? Go ahead."
yeah, Zarya, the former Delta team, is
Zarya.
reminding us.
Yes.
Thank you. There's a lot of women on there, but yeah,
There.
no, they like, they got exciting talent coming in. They got, it's man, what it depends on your factor, man. What are you
Mhm.
more excited about? Like, I think AEW has a more mature roster, and
They
and
do.
and you get somebody like Harley's a superstar,
Hmm.
like and became a superstar in the last like month or two,
Yeah,
right?
and
Um,
that one promo alone, where
mhm.
like she raps with a mannequin, with a ventriloquist dummy. Sorry, I said mannequin,
Mhm.
but she spoke Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, and cut a amazing serious promo in that, what, 30-second spot.
She's insanely talented,
Yes.
multi-talented, right? We were watching the match, and I love her in AEW, but I was actually looking at her and be like, WWE wants her.
Hmm.
Like, would
She's it.
be
She's like,
amazing in WWE,
mhm,
because she could literally do everything that they want to do in their variety show,
mhm.
wrestling show. Versus AEW is a wrestling show. I still feel, in comparison. And then jumping on this, Tina's also saying, do you lump in AEW and ROH? Because then you got to think about,
Yeah, you
Red
got
Velvet,
Athena. Yeah.
Athena's amazing run and the good stuff
Mhm.
she's doing there. Billy Starks, like, if you want to do that,
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, right now you have
NXT's got a bigger
amongst
platform than Ring of Honor.
so it does. But here's what I'm gonna say. Right now, you have with those three. We're not even talking about like WWE main roster. We're talking about AEW. We're talking
Hmm.
about or hell, throw in TNA. Even though even though there's that one.
Yeah,
That
TNA is kind of problematic right now.
one
So,
problematic person there, and
yeah.
also a NXT. Right now, this is a lot bigger than it was
Hmm?
in the women's revolution that
Hmm?
Stephanie McMahon
Oh
started.
yeah. Eh, eh,
I will always bring that up. You know that.
um. Mhm. So no. Either way, it's good for everybody, because I think you
It
have
is.
you have different flavors of things, right? Like, I think AEW is doing good. There's more happening in the women's division from show
Hmm.
to show in AEW. Like matches or segments, like, the women are all over the place on those shows now, not to the capacity they are in NXT is like doing something really special with the women right now,
Hmm.
but I think they just have a flux of talent that they're just trying to get in front of people and figure out what's next. You know what I mean? There's not a place for all those women, I don't think, in the landscape of WWE
No.
currently, but like that I you know what, NXT is certainly the most competitive
Hmm.
as far as new young women, and that's not even counting the top imports like Julia and Stephanie, right?
Like even like
So
Thea Hale, if she doesn't cut it in NXT, she's gonna go AEW. She's going to go
yeah,
to
yeah,
TNA. She's going to go to
and plus,
ROH
I
and
I don't
strive.
I don't have any information on this, but I don't think Britt Baker's long for AEW at this point.
No.
If this stuff on the internet's like even half true, right? And the WWE screwed her up in a moment, like
Hmm.
like for sure. Even if she has a run at TNA for a minute,
Yeah,
just to warm up.
she'll have her moments in like
Hmm.
the bigger indie scene,
Or she'll be in the
and then
Karate Kid movie. I don't know.
who knows? Oh, I already saw saw a clip of a Cobra Kai clip. I don't know if you saw that.
I've seen pictures of her with Xavier Woods over there. So on that show. So I'm very excited to have a chance to sit down with this last season. So
I won't spoil the dream sequence.
Don't. Okay. Yeah, don't spoil that because I got to take that on. Somebody was like, so I think Billy Trash or somebody saying they need to start Cobra Kai now it's over, but that'd be a hell of a run through, actually. Yeah. So it's such a great show. Do you remember where Cobra Kai started? Do you remember what platform they were on? Pop quiz.
Hulu? No.
It's Netflix,
it was
right?
It was a YouTube. It is now
YouTube Red.
It was a YouTube original. Cobra Kai. Wow. Then they cut all the originals and Netflix picked them up.
Of course they did.
YouTube originals also had a cartoon that featured John Cena. Give you 1 second. John
Does anyone
Cena.
remember when the Rey Mysterio cartoon got announced? Whatever happened with that?
What is this?
Rey Mysterio cartoon?
Yeah, I swear to God, Cartoon Network was doing like a Rey Mysterio cartoon.
You sure that wasn't just Mucha Lucha?
No, it was specifically like
Rey
Mysterio.
Yeah, you're right. It's on HBO Max.
John Cena and Kat Dennings were in a show called Dallas and Robo.
Of course they were.
Which is still on YouTube, actually, I think. So.
Oh, I did see this.
I watched a couple episodes too.
John, I did see this. This was like, was he her dad, or was she just a fan?
Or Rey Mysterio, my dad? What?
No. Like in this anime thing, Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness.
Oh yeah, he's like a superhero or something.
Yeah, like
it's like a kitty. It's like a kitty Rey Mysterio cartoon.
Or am I thinking of the movie?
Is like even in English dub clip? Okay, that's worth exploring down the line. A TV series 2023. Okay. We'll just put a pin in that.
Am I insane, or did Harley Cameron? Did she debut in a segment with the Acclaimed?
She did not debut in that. She was part of the what was it, GTV or whatever thing that they were doing. That was like a TMZ gimmick. But yeah, no, that's the one where it was during Pride Month, and she was hitting on Owens.
It was her.
Her. And he's like, lady.
And I remember that specifically because I know that the clip like circulates of him of where he's like, you know that I'm gay, right? But she actually like did so good in that segment for what it was. Like she was getting like who are you chants and everything, but honestly like she did her bit really well. It was really impressive.
She's been just like busting out singing and stuff. QTV is what they had her linked in with QT Marshall for a bit. And that was part of that because I think they were trying to feud with them or something, and she was a part of that. That was the gimmick that they did. And I remember the tweet like with that was Bowen saying, "I never thought I'd have an entire arena of people chanting he's gay as a positive thing in my lifetime," and that was just beautiful. But that was a pretty special moment she was a part of. So I'm glad she's coming around, and because I've been seeing some of her Ring of Honor matches where she's been winning, versus more recently, of course, with AEW. But she's definitely been really kind of tearing into that stuff and just super creative and stuff. So I've been often saying that she is the R-Truth for AEW. You can put her into anything, have a laugh, move a storyline, whatever the case may be. Like Harley will continue to pop up. It's if you took a little bit of R-Truth and a little bit of Elias and just like mixed it up and gave it a boob job, and there you go.
But I feel like
that's a joke she made, by the way. She made a boob job. Yeah, she made the boob job.
A boob job? Did you say
a boob job? A boob job.
But
show
I feel like doing that discredits her a little bit because she does a lot more than that. She does a lot more.
No, I don't think. I think R-Truth is one of the most talented people on the roster.
Oh no, I agree.
Like as far as that goes, and she can wrestle. She had a
does he know Mandarin?
I don't know if our truth does Mandarin.
Has John Cena taught him Mandarin yet?
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
He just straight busted out John Cena moves. They have debate on SmackDown on whether he actually thought he was John Cena or not. It was great. So, oh man, and yeah, Harley, Scarlett Bordeaux, and Shotzi would have pretty cool music videos during Halloween time. Wait, was Harley a part of that? Was Harley on those videos? Was she I thought that was like another singer or something like that. Give me a link. Link me. I need to see this. Chat room, our research department. So either way, where were we? Women's division.
Wrestling.
Wrestling. No, really good stuff happening there. Also notice Saturday night, both big shows, Grand Slam Australia
right.
with the AEW Championship, Mariah May and Toni Storm, and then we had the 4-way at Vengeance Day, was also main event as well. So good night for women's wrestling generally on Saturday night too. So, which made a lot of sense. But anyways, what else is going on?
You have to
Riz?
showcase the best talent you have.
You do, and right now it is them.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the stories that everybody is getting behind, right? Like the Roxy Cora bumpiness, Bailey being back. You know, Julia's just amazing. You know, and getting reaction. Like I love that Julia and Stephanie have gone in there and just people are completely down for it. But also they are just absolutely tremendous to begin with too, right? So. We have a link for that YouTube video. I'm curious about this. This is the Scarlett Bordeaux, Shotzi, and Harley. Cameron is definitely the other one. WWE, I put a spell on you. I did not know that was her. Was she a performance center girl? That is definitely her.
Huh.
Wow. Okay, I need to look at that now. The looking up Harmony Cameron and if she's a WWE. Yeah, that's I want to look that up real quick. But anyways, yeah, WNXT under Zion Quinn in 2018. Are there Zion Quinn matches? So, anyways, we'll explore that at some point here. Whoa, that's not Zion Quinn. That's a dude. That's definitely a dude. Anyways, either way, I'm lost now.
That's okay. I want to actually talk about something that happened in Raw that I kind of don't understand. Because I remember a couple weeks ago, and maybe last week as well, last time we worked together, Sorg. We talked about what happened with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And we were like, oh, this is going to be, the blow-off's going to be at WrestleMania. Apparently there's an unsanctioned match going to happen in the Elimination Chamber.
Riz. You don't think they're going to get to WrestleMania with this, do you?
They might, but I would
unsanctioned match in Montreal.
Yeah, Toronto.
Where do you think we're going? Montreal, Toronto.
In Canada, where they boo the national anthem.
Well, they won't boo this one. You don't think they're getting to WrestleMania?
See,
you really don't think they're getting to WrestleMania?
I feel like the unsanctioned portion of it is an escalation. Is a high, like, what are they going to do from there?
What couldn't they do?
Have a sanctioned match? Like,
you want to sell? You want to sell? You want a ladder war? You want to have? Are they going to have like
the best wrestling match? Like, who was?
You want Stone Cold to be the guest referee?
Sure.
You want you want a career versus career match? You want lifetime tickets to the zoo on a pole match.
I was gonna say,
Like this is.
are
You
giving
could
me-
do so much. You could do a last man standing. You could do an unquit match. You can do anything from this. That can you do an unsanctioned match. That does the one that means they can do anything with it,
Right.
including a finish that makes you want more.
Okay, I'll concede.
You
'Cause
have
I thought-
one.
because I wanted them to not touch until Mania.
No, because we're going to Toronto, guys. Let's
Yeah.
send the Canadians to Toronto, okay? Because we have butts to put in seats.
'Cause
Okay,
that was
let's
good
do
last
the
time they went to
easy
Toronto.
work. And does it need to be final? No, it just needs to happen, right? And then all those people want to go to Vegas or watch the Peacock or the Netflix, and because they're in Canada.
They are Canadian.
It's just because there's no Peacock in Canada. This is the entry point for that. I cannot fathom them not going to WrestleMania with this at this point.
Okay. Oh, you have talked me down off my ledge, Sorg.
I've talked you off your ledge. I've talked you off of the ladder war, off the Hell in a Cell, off the. God, they could do a lot of stuff with this thing, right? That's.
Yeah, so I want to go through because they did put in all of the individuals in both chambers right now.
Okay.
Both chamber matches have their card filled, I believe.
Yeah, the full thing? Okay.
I believe so. So it's Liv, Bianca, Alexis, Bailey, Naomi, and Roxanne.
Mm-hmm. And we already know that Trish and not Tiffany and Charlotte are happening. So this would hypothetically get Rhea.
Right. Hypothetically. Oh, it does say the women for a women's world championship. Doesn't say which.
Man, I kind of see it just being Liv again. Honestly,
It could be Liv. Yeah.
Could be Bianca. Could be Ashley or
Alexa.
No, not Alexa. I don't think they'd hotshot her like that. And the other side, we do know that this is going to be for Cody's championship.
Mm-hmm.
You could go a lot of ways with that. You could
You could go
I think
Cena.
I think it's Cena or Punk.
Yeah.
I think Cena or Punk.
I can see.
Or we can get Funky and go three-way.
Cena like getting knocked out by Paul, and putting that in there, but if Punk wins, do we know what the secret will be, or do you think it's just going to be like the Paul Heyman favor, I guess is a good point for it.
I think Punk wins. I think Punk wins based on the secret, whatever that is.
Or do we get?
It's not a secret. There's no secret. It's that he owes him a favor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The favor. I didn't mean the secret.
Yeah.
But
you're confusing WWE and RWA storylines.
Sure.
Did we figure out the secret? Oh yeah, we got the secret. That's right.
We got the secret this round.
Find out the secret at indiewrestling.us. RWA Fury 2025.
It's probably going to be down here somewhere.
Yes. No, there's no. It's not there because I'm not editing that in tonight. Because, damn, I got an early day.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I can see Seth winning, and then Paul using the favor to get Punk in that match as well.
Yeah, like turns it into a three-way or something like that. Like I can see that too, but I don't know. I don't know why I think it's Punk and Cena, if anything. So,
if Cena wins, it's going to be Cena's getting the title, or trying to get the title.
Maybe I don't. Yeah, you can kind of do anything right now, right? We're not doing the Roman thing. Roman's going to come back and do something too.
Yeah, Roman.
I don't know what. He's going to be a Mania.
Of course, Roman's going to be.
He's cooling off. He's cooling off right now. And then he'll come back, and I don't know. Fight Fatu. I'd love to see him and Fatu do something.
Oh, Jacob Fatu, yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, I would not. I was also not hate Cody and Fatu either.
Or
so,
I would also, because they hinted at it a lot, and I think this might actually be happening. A Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu match.
That'd be amazing. Oh my God, somebody's gonna get hurt.
Also, notice that we are fantasy booking here, Sword.
Mm-hmm. Do we know? You know what? No, we don't do that this week, because if we're going to do that, I want to do it when they have graphics. So,
okay. I mean, we're not going to do it now.
No.
It's going to happen though.
Yes.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
So, also heads up, Moose from TNA has showed up on NXT this evening.
Ooh.
How are we feeling about this TNA crossover? Seeing Fandango come back was pretty nice.
Was it Fandango, or was his name?
He came out to Fandango music.
I know he came out to Fandango music.
He's JKC, but you know.
Is it JKC or JD?
CDKC. Johnny Curtis.
Johnny Curtis. So it's
JDC.
I thought it was JDC.
I think it's JDC. I don't know. I have a hard again. I'm dropping back into the TNA, and I don't know. I don't understand any of these stories and names.
But
that's not what he used to be.
So that means. Are they like setting up for Moose versus Oba?
System comes in. Who do they fight in NXT?
Hang on 1 second.
And for those that don't know, in TNA, the system is Moose, Eddie Edwards, the former Fandango, and I think there's a fourth guy. At least Eddie Edwards' wife is part of that. Oh, Brian Myers.
Oh, okay.
Is the other one.
Yeah, I totally knew that and wasn't.
Yeah, I could see them dropping in, maybe just like fighting a face faction or something over there on NXT, like Oba and friends, Oba and the Feminists.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you'd like that one.
I do. Remember when I said that and you had no idea what I was talking about?
Oh, now I'm all about it. I say that every time he pops on, and Missy hates it. So
you got the Oba Feminists and the Omos Sapiens.
Omos Sapiens. Oh, jeez, that's so good.
Where has Omos been?
Noah.
I know. Well, he wasn't
in Japan.
He wasn't Noah, but he dropped the belt.
He's been in Japan, being taller than the entire country. So.
I love that. One of the, I think it might have been like in New Orleans when they were talking. Some guy was interviewing people on the street, and and Omos came up, and they just started talking. He didn't know who Omos was. He goes, "Do you play basketball?" He's like, "No, I'm a wrestler." It's like, "Oh, you're a wrestler." He's like, "Have you seen you in things?" He's like, "Yeah, you've seen me in things."
You've seen me in things,
dude. You're like tall. It's totally fine.
Yeah. God. Just checking on stuff. Hey, I want to give a shout out here while we're at it. Give a shout out to everybody that does do the Patreon, because the Patreon is one of the reasons why I'm doing a show in a hotel room instead of taking a rest in between my gigs here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So thank you everybody that does support the show. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, including our fans at the fan show level. Bo diggity. Woo! I'm in the corner, so nobody hear me anyways. Team Hammerfist, Tupac family, Bubba Brewer of the Triple B podcast and APWF, Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Prop Partner, Wrestling Trenchcoat, Tony Kincaid, The Riz, and Bradley. Get well soon, Bradley. Apparently he caught the 880 flu last week.
I don't have.
No, we don't have the abilities here on this platform. Imagine the finest of wedgies behind a Rich right now.
Just picture.
Either way.
That or the
your brain.
That or the eagle image I had last week.
Picture it in your brain, man.
Picture
it in your brain. What else is happening in wrestling right now, Riz? I can't remember any of the stories from last week.
I don't remember. Like it's been kind of slow. Like I mean, we had Ricky Starks.
Mm-hmm.
Did we talk about Ricky?
We did get Grand Slam. Now I know there's
We
been
did
a
get
lot of
Grand Slam.
blowback about where things have been going with this. I do feel a little strange to see Edge and Moxley being a main event to an AEW pay-per-view in 2025. But I mean, I'm here for it and I understand why it's happening.
Again, I understand it. I understand it.
Mhm.
But like there are people in that group, in that AEW roster, who are main event stars, who are looking at this going,
who are also doing other things.
they are doing other things,
Kenny
but
and Osprey are involved, doing
the
great
thing
stuff.
is that they're involved in other things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're booking a promotion to go against WWE, and yeah, I get that it's to get people in there, to get people in the seats. Like a John Moxley versus Edge match is a good match.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good match. It's a good matchup. Like they've been around. They've been doing things. I compare kind of compare it to, like, in the local terms, to an MV versus Jack Pollock match, where it's just they beat the crap out of each other. Right? Yes.
Right.
But like in a sense, there are other guys on this roster that deserve a main event spotlight, male wise.
Well,
and if we're going back to it, and I know Jericho was the first champion, but that was to build up to Kenny Omega, which is good.
Tell me the statement you said that I had a comment on. Do we need to pull up the chat?
I can pull up the let me pull up the chat.
You said something to the fact that AEW is for uplifting indie talent.
It was supposed to be.
Was it?
100%.
Is that the reason? We talked about alternatives. We talked about showcasing talents that
What was All In?
What was All In? It was the biggest independent wrestling show of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then why aren't they being... Why did they go away from that?
The penis guy did. The penis guy got canceled.
Oh, the penis guy got canceled. That's correct.
The one girl went to the WWE.
One's a flat
Ring of Honor was the thing. Flat Earther. There's a lot of reasons. But All In is not AEW. All In was the thing that made Tony Khan call them and make AEW. It was the inspiration for something like this.
But still,
but you still have a company. You have a company that is an alternative. Was the mission?
You do.
Which the alternative starts with people that you knew from the Indies and Cody Rhodes. Okay. So of course, and a lot of those people's got an opportunity. And a lot of people still get opportunities that would not be otherwise, like a Harley Cameron, right?
Right.
So it's still happening.
Why did Ricky go?
Why did
Penta go?
Why did Sonya Deville get released? And Isla Dawn and Giovanni Vinci and the Good Brothers and Cedric Alexander and Paul Ellering and the Authors of Pain. Okay. The alleged and you tell me, well, Tony Khan, budget cuts. You tell me, well, Tony Khan's like crappy about like communicating and it's been dark on this stuff with the Ray Phoenix, with the Miro, with the Ricky Starks.
But it happens both ways. It happens
both ways. It happens in both companies. Who was it that was recently let go? And Triple H said, "Yeah, you pissed off the wrong guy." Who just was it
Duke? Shoot, the guy from Chase U.
No, Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Remember, Baron Corbin had a conversation where you talked to Triple H. It's like, yeah, you pissed somebody off, and like, or no, it wasn't you pissed somebody. It was like somebody here really doesn't like you. You know, which I know somebody in the office that doesn't want you to be here for some reason, even though I want you to be. You know,
Right.
this happens. This is corporate culture. This is the thing I talk about. Not making it in WWE or to WWE or getting flunked out of WWE does not mean you're a bad wrestler. It just means
Right. No, it
somebody
doesn't.
doesn't like you for some stupid reason.
Right.
You know,
And I
justified
get
or
it.
not.
And I get
So
it.
something with these guys fell out of favor with Uncle Tony and put them in whatever box they were put in for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about personalities here. You know, we're
Right,
talking
we're
about
talking
some
about-
wild personalities here between a Tony Khan and these wrestlers.
Mhm.
Like, it could be the stupid Riz. You hear a lot of the wrestlers talk about each other. Most of the time, it's bullshit, right?
Where are we going
You've
with
seen this. You've seen this.
I have. Mhm.
Just these guys have bigger contracts. Same thing. Nothing changes.
Okay.
Why is X not getting booked on a show in Pittsburgh? Because we just don't like them and don't see value in them or where they fit the show.
Yeah.
Great, they're going to go off, do this, and get booked and go across country and go to
Canada
different
or, like,
countries.
yeah.
Yeah, how many people
But-
we know that were shunned and they just made their stuff other place? How many people have been shunned from a WWE, AEW, went to the other one and flourished? Right? This is just part of the process, man.
It is,
Like-
and that again, that's the, like, I believe the. So I'm going to go back to your quote, my quote.
Mhm.
Okay.
Defend
and I want
it.
to go. I want to go even back further than that, though,
Okay.
because the question, and I'm pulling it up. Also,
Your Honor, please read the record.
please hold.
Please hold.
So, the question
Hmm.
was, and where is it? It was from was it Antoine? Did Tony Khan drop the ball with Ricky Starks and other talents in AEW? And yeah, we talked about it goes both ways,
Mhm.
but Ricky Starks can talk.
Mhm.
Ricky Starks can wrestle. Ricky Starks can do everything in that process.
But you don't
But
know that
for
Ricky Starks won't. You don't know that Ricky Starks didn't cause a fit when he didn't like a booking decision backstage. You don't know
also
that,
true. Also true. You
right?
Don't know that either.
You don't know that that Tony Khan doesn't like when somebody picks their nose in front of him, and that's what happened.
That's true. But
And
still, there
You literally-
is.
like, it's not. None of this is based on talent. Have
But-
you missed it? In everything being equal? Yes. All these talents that we named that just got released from other companies should be freaking superstars in the companies they're in.
Mhm.
Absolutely. No reason on paper what we see as fans they should be. But it's the intangible we don't know backstage, right? But good opportunities with them. They had a buzz. WWE wants them, and they're going to shoot a Penta to the moon, right?
Mhm.
And vice versa, or the Chelsea Greens, or God, who would be coming over from a WWE that has blown up to an AEW? I'm trying to think of anybody recently. And I hope that's not proving my point. I can't think of anybody, but even like a Buddy Matthews is doing tremendous right now, right?
Yeah.
He just he's scared of small rings. I'm literally watching that show, Grand Slam. I'm just like, what's wrong with this ring? Why does it seem so much smaller? It's
Mhm.
probably only an 18. It's not that much smaller, but still, it's just like, this doesn't look right. For those who don't know, I guess Buddy got slightly injured hopping into the ring at the beginning of his match with Okada, apparently AEW, instead of sending one of their rings over, got one from a local wrestling promotion that was a bit smaller than what they usually do. So I don't know if that's a reason for you to blame to get injured for hopping over the rope. I'll let a wrestler explain that to me, but that seems a little out of turn as far as blaming or something like that. I think maybe it's a reactionary, but yeah, either way. So that's what happened. So.
Also, I don't
biggest
want-
show of the year in a different country. Tiny little ring.
Yeah, just a tiny ring in a
Just a tiny
in a
little ring.
big stadium.
In a big stadium. No, not a stadium. It was an arena.
I mean,
but,
it's still
was-
cool. I guess
were they
it
supposed
looked
to be in
big.
a stadium? I think they were supposed to be in a stadium, weren't they?
I thought they were supposed to be in the stadium.
I mean, they decided it down to the. I mean, it looked good. It was good energy and stuff. I enjoyed that show. I can't wait to see the Ring of Honor one. Hell, I can't wait to watch last week's Ring of Honor that happened on the Juggalo cruise. Oh, please, there be a Juggalo cruise.
No.
Jericho cruise. So Riz, let's go on a
just a
Riz,
trail of Fago down the
Riz,
Atlantic.
Let's go to a Juggalo cruise because I had to miss Twisted because of all the snow and everything on Sunday when they came to town.
I don't do good on cruises. On boats,
I don't think anybody. I like the idea of a wrestling.
Yeah,
I think I've,
the idea of a wrestling cruise. There's one for just a almost like a convention with. I think there is a Comic-Con version of that.
Really?
There is a D&D boat cruise. There is a. I think there's one
there was a Twit Geek cruise. There was a Jonathan Colton cruise, and also some of these.
There's a true crime cruise, Sorg.
True crime cruise. Now, also when you hear about these, like Jericho's cruise probably takes over the whole boat, right? But a lot of these, like I remember the Geek one, and I think maybe even the Colton one. There's not enough people to fill a boat that's going to buy a ticket to this thing. So sometimes these are happening. Like there's one like cruise thing happening. Everybody's just a normal patron, is what my understanding. Or there could be multiples of these things happening. The Comic-Con cruise, like the D&D cruise, and the and the Swingers cruise could be happening at the same time for all you know.
Honestly,
I don't know if there's a Swingers cruise. It's just the most interesting thing I could think of at the time. There's probably. I mean, any cruise could be a Swingers cruise? I would imagine.
And I'm pretty sure.
Listen. I don't know for a fact, but I know it's true.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's a nice little Venn diagram somewhere
of swingers and Disney cruises.
Swingers and Disney cruises, swingers and wrestling cruises, swingers and geek cruises. Like I'm pretty sure it's everywhere, Sorg.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I'm.
There's been Backstreet Boys and New Kids on the Blocks cruises. There's been every cruise. There's been like hold on, Google. Let me Google.com that because apparently Bing doesn't want to search for anything. Interesting cruise themes.
Okay. You went with interesting cruise.
Star Trek, the cruise. Soul Train cruise. Furry cruise. Of course, there's a furry cruise.
Of course, a meow meow.
Antique. We can go antiquing on the ocean, Riz.
Wait, what is this?
There's a Kiss cruise.
Oh, the Kiss cruise I've heard is the worst.
Oh my god! Tell me more.
Sorg. There's a cruise that I think our friend might like. It's called the Meow Meow Cruise.
The Meow Meow Cruise?
Mm-hmm.
Themed cruises.
Cat
excuse me, I'm planning my vacation right now.
There is a themed cruise aimed specifically at kitty cat aficionados.
Yeah, you're right. There's a Comic-Con cruise.
But your cats are not allowed on the board.
It's not BYOC. Rock Legends cruise with Styx, Alice Cooper.
Hold on.
Led Zeppelin.
What is this?
Rum Fog Hat.
Wait. What is this?
My browser just crashed on the cruises, by the way.
We got the Kiss cruise. Jericho's Rock and Wrestling, Meow Meow cruise.
Are we doing Patreon right now?
I don't know. The big nude boat.
And book Riz on the big nude boat.
Yep.
Mayhem at Sea. Somebody listen. If I go on a cruise, somebody isn't making it back.
So, and I know we're supposed to get to wrestling, and but there
we're
is
deep
something...
enough in the show. It's okay. This is for the real fans.
So there was a cruise, and I'm kind of interested to see how it turned out. It was for flat earthers.
There's a flat earther cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Is the whole theme to prove them right?
Flat Earth movement was a group of people who claimed that.
Is it called Living on the Edge?
Wait. Loads of fake news.
Wait, Hammerfist says that Big Nude Boat was the one he did shirts for.
Okay.
The WCW Bruise Cruise. That's where Jericho got the idea. He used to do yearly shirts for the Nudist Cruise. Okay.
There's a Kesha boat, like a Kesha cruise.
And
like I'm looking at all of these, and I'm like Kesha.
Okay.
Like I'm looking at all of these, and I'm like,
where's the Usher cruise?
There's the no.
Where's the?
Don't say it. Don't.
Tupac cruise.
Okay. Yeah, I was worried you were gonna go a little bit. I thought you were gonna say something else, but
where was I gonna go?
I'm glad you didn't.
What? Wait, did she do that one song?
Yep.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh,
yeah, I heard.
The Swingers Cruise was enough. I don't think we need.
I was like, you went the Usher route. I was like, oh. And then you passed.
Sorry, I went to like 90s TRL night last month, so it's kind of on my mind.
Good, that's good. So good. you went from Usher, you skipped a generation to go to Tupac. I do appreciate that.
I don't know what year it is.
Yeah. All right.
On that point, Riz,
wrestling.
What did you learn from wrestling this week? Chat room, hit me up.
I learned you can't trust anybody named Notorious.
It's in his name.
In his name.
Notorious Norm Connors. That was back at RWA, famed foreign promoter of the IWC that we all knew and loved in the 2000s, as well as Dave stop sending me thirst traps in the chat. And they had a big tag match. Carson Drake and Sebastian from NWA were part of it. J-Rock on J-Rock's team. If J-Rock loses, he's gone from the company. Notorious Norm's on one side. The Rev, friend of the show, the Rev Ron Hunt, turns on the good guys, and he's like the number one babyface, and we don't even know if the promoter knew, to be honest. You know, of course he didn't. But his name's Notorious, so there you go. Notorious Norm Connors. So yes, Mayhem at Sea can have live Mayhem Mania in 880 Wrestling. I can't even keep the. I can't even. Dude, I want to do a big Clipper wrestling cruise so bad. Shoot, I just said it publicly.
Yep.
I've been trying to wrap my. I have been actually trying to wrap my head around that for a little bit.
How much to rent?
No, there's a lot more than just renting the Gateway Clipper than that. What did I learn from wrestling this week? I learned. Listen, I've got to see now 3 promotions in the same building, and I appreciate. This is a side thing, but I appreciate seeing other companies run in a building that I've been in, because New Japan's DC show is the same building that I think the WWE just did NXT's Vengeance Day there, and I feel like AEW did a show there recently too. So I'm always interested to see configurations, just like TNA used to do Cicero Stadium, which is basically a basketball court in the middle of Chicago, and they make it look a lot better than we did at Warrior. So that's kind of less so what I learned, but I catching up in the chat room here. Not necessarily what I learned, but things have melted my cold millennial heart. The Grand Slam sing along to Metalingus and Bianca's and Naomi's gear tribute to the movie Break It On. I have not caught up on that. I saw the references in there. I think I saw Tina trying to explain it to Podner or something in the chat. So I learned the inside of AJ Francis's car smells great, says Jesse.
Oh.
It's your champ, internet champ, baby.
So
I learned the big nude boat is a big thing, a real thing.
The big new boat is a big thing,
Yeah.
and I don't want to go on that. Also, the only thing I see right now is for receptions. It's 160 per person, so
per person.
per person.
Well, there's
So
catering and the DJ.
ticket prices are going to be astronomical. Unless we do with, yeah. It can be done though.
I think this has to be an increaser.
Yeah, it has to be.
And also, how can I get the measurements on your upper deck, please?
Yeah.
I just want a wrestling match happening while we're going under one of the bridges. Several of them.
Oh, okay. You said going under, and I got. Wait, are we drowning?
Riz, thank you so much for joining me on this venture while I'm just here with my DoubleTree cookie.
This is weird. How it's like I don't know how I like.
You don't realize how bad your reception is on my side, so I'm hoping this thing works out. And you're
bad?
terrible.
Oh,
you're terrible, but it shouldn't matter with the thing that we're using later. So
I'm terrible. So
it's just bad for the live people.
Sure.
But either way, Riz, thank you so much. Intern John, thank you so much for chiming in this evening. Riz, where will you be this week? You get any bookings? Where will Riz Play Games be?
I will probably be playing video games on one side.
Are we doing Portal 2 on Monday? Is that going down?
I've heard we're doing we have thrown Portal 2 out to Dutters.
I know Dutters doesn't like first person games, but I think I would love to see her at least try a little bit of Portal 2
Yes.
co-op.
I also
she has to be the tall robot.
She has to be a taller,
Yeah.
or we can switch it up a little bit. I can be taller. I can be taller than her. It's fine. But also, I'm probably gonna do some D&D. I don't know.
Wonderful.
Somewhere. Maybe.
Wonderful.
Somewhere down the line.
Good. At Sorgatron on all the social medias. I am here in Ann Arbor for a couple of days. Then I'll be in Philadelphia, so I'm looking for wrestling on Friday and Saturday night. If you know any to check out, let me know. I'm
I've heard a little company called ECW there, Sorg.
No, I don't think they're around anymore, sir.
Oh.
So I've been in the ECW arena, and I can go other places, but if there's something happening there, I'll go there too. I'm actually looking at Monster Factory has a student show or something at like 9:00 on. It's like a $5 show, so I'm thinking about going down to there.
No, that's Easton. I was thinking of the other company.
Yeah, they're.
I know there was something called something factory there, but I wasn't sure if that was Monster Factory.
I think Shakara had their own factory thing. So,
yeah.
No, they're like we went down for the Kaiju show, Mania Week. So, so I wouldn't mind going and seeing that. But I don't know. I have like a 6:45 call time the next day, so we'll see how that goes. Either way, so follow my adventures there. I'll be in town on Pittsburgh for I got some classes to do, and of course, 88 Wrestling Thursday Night Fights, our training night. And we got a lot of people, including intern John, has been filming actually with us lately. So and doing fantastic. So looking forward to that. More travel's on the way, and thank you everybody.
What was that noise?
What was that?
Was that like?
That was my triumphant war call. I think everyone's really tired. Like it's audible in this.
It's
episode.
going around.
It's going
around. Oh man, I feel like I haven't slept for like a week. So thank you everybody. We'll see you next time. Mayhem out. I don't know which version of the logo this is.
We're getting awesome.
Just wait.
Nope, it's the old ones.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.
Stop.
And hit OK.
Allegedly, we're not streaming. I don't know anymore. All right, I'm gonna boogie quick because I need to download all this stuff and try to figure out if I can post the show tonight.
You're gonna boogie, Sorg?
Yeah, I'm gonna boogie out of here.
Okay.
So, yeah, Riz,